there are growing media reports about the possibility of former President Goodluck Jonathan contesting the 2027 presidential election. This has come at a time that, because of the north-south rotation of the presidency, the former presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, in respect of the zoning arrangement in Nigeria, has decided that he's going to do only one term, which is the only term remaining for southern Nigeria between 2023 and 2031. So because of the trust deficit in the Nigerian political system, some northern establishment people were debating between whether Peter Obi could be trusted. In fact, the ACF, our Consultative Forum, they are feeling that Peter Obi's position should not be taken serious. Of course, ACF has always been known for their ethno-religious jingoism. Most of the time, they have not been able to deliver, even in the interest of the North they claim they represent. So this debate had been ongoing about whether Peter Obi is believable or not, or the best alternative is to bring back Goodluck Jonathan to come and contest for one term, because Goodluck Jonathan has already served he has already been done his first term. So if he's elected a president, he's going to serve only for one term. So he's constitutionally restricted seeking another term if he's to contest and win in 2027. And the media has also lashed on this and done so many stories. Daily Trust and several newspaper organizations, they have done story on between Peter Obi and Goodluck Jonathan in terms of 2027. And because people are looking at it purely from the constitutional perspective, if you look at the Daily Trust own, majority of those who they sampled say that they will prefer Jonathan to Peter Obi. Now the reason why they are preferring Jonathan to Peter Obi is not for anything, but because they are sure that if he does 4 years, that nothing in the world will make him go for another term, since constitutionally he is restricted. He cannot contest again. But also don't forget, there were also those who has gone to court in the past to challenge Jonathan's ability to contest, saying he has been sworn in as president 2 times, so he cannot contest again for a third because he will be sworn in for the 3rd time. Okay, but the first one he was sworn in was to conclude the tenure of Yaradua, who died, and then his own mandate in 2011. But that was aside. So this growing political discourse has been going on. But I want to burst their bubble, because information I have from those who are closer to Jonathan, in fact those who campaigned for him ahead of the 2023 election, so that he will be the candidate of the APC. Many people have forgotten that Jonathan was wooed to join APC ahead of the 2023 election. Okay, and he was trying to succumb to it. But what he met, the resistance he got from Bola Ahmed Tinubu camp, from the barrage of media attacks, from Tinubu's camp, when they got the hint that there is a possibility that Buhari was trying to bring him back to come and do one term, they couldn't stomach it. There was barrage of attack, similar to what Jonathan faced when he was in government. The thing got to the level that the Fulani, the Mietiala, paid 100 million naira to purchase form for Goodluck Jonathan. That was ahead of the 2023 election. The Mietiala purchased a declaration of interest form for Jonathan. That was how far that thing went at that period. But why did Jonathan chicken out then? Jonathan chicken out then when he discovered that, look, these guys are going to play too dirty. The Tinubu camp are going to play very dirty. And reading the atmosphere, Jonathan tactically withdrew from that. And I think he noticed that he should just concentrate on his international activities that he's used to be invited from time to time to perform on behalf of the international community than to get himself entangled in Nigerian political process. Because what Jonathan had thought, the inside source I got from Jonathan camp at that time, was that he is going to be made a consensus candidate. In fact, one of those who were working for it allegedly at that time was the chairman, interim chairman of the APC, Malambuni, the current governor of Yobe State. He was the national chairman of APC at a point when they eased out Oshomole. So they were the ones that worked for Jonathan to come and contest in the party. And even the Buni himself was alleged to be in position as a running mate and all that. So that was how far that it got at that period. And Jonathan has to chicken out. And besides, if you look at it, Jonathan has passed through a lot, especially his wife, Patience Jonathan. It was alleged that many of their assets were allegedly seized when they were out of government. And the APC government later released some of those alleged seized assets to them. And if you see Patience Jonathan speaking recently, you saw that she was already campaigning for Tinubu. She has started campaigning for Tinubu and saying so many nice things about Tinubu, which are of course things that are contrary to the reality of the Nigerian situation under Tinubu today. So given that kind of situation, it therefore baffles me when I saw the report in Vanguard and the Daily Post and others saying that Jonathan is having a change of mind, that is going to contest in the 2027 election. I do not think that that report is correct. I do not think that Jonathan can afford to get involved because already for you to contest against Tinubu, you must have a thick skin. I don't think that Jonathan is carved out for that kind of thick skin. You can see what Peter Obi himself is passing through just by the mere fact that he said that he's going to contest and that he's going to do a first term, do only one term. He has come under a barrage of attacks from both within and without Anambra State and all that. And Peter Obi is lucky. Peter Obi is lucky. There is no record to go and pick up to use against him in terms of corruption, in terms of issue of misappropriation of fund. The man is squeaky clean. So they are battling and struggling on how to pin him down. You can't say that about Jonathan administration. Jonathan himself is not seen to be corrupt at all. But there are those around him. There are those who are pointing accusing fingers at those close to him that could be used. Because this allegation that some of their assets were allegedly seized by the Tinubu, by the Buhari administration, okay, letter release is an indication of something that could be held against them. And there are also so many other things, especially with Desiane Alison Madueke, who is always their fall guy for anything. So they can always find a way to distract him if it is to contest. But I do not think that that report is correct. I do not think that Goodluck Jonathan is going to contest the 2027 election. The sources they are citing, saying that sources have said that Jonathan will contest, is not true. The North and the rest have to determine whether they want Peter Obi or not. It is Peter Obi or nothing from what I'm seeing from the South. Even though they are PDP themselves that are lobbying for Peter Obi to return to PDP, they also say that they are lobbying Jonathan to return. Jonathan is returning to come and do what? To come and contest. Of course, Jonathan is not going to return. When Jonathan was being pushed back to power, was to return to APC, was to join APC, so that he would be a consensus candidate. I was told that that was the arrangement. But you know that anything that concerns Buhari that doesn't benefit him personally, he can always change his mind. That was what they were working on. That was what was instrumental in Mietiala buying declaration of interest form for him, which then became a wasted effort, because the money that was spent for that could have gone for another thing better. So Jonathan didn't contest and all that. Because those who are planning the consensus, you can see that Tinubu and Co, they sabotage the consensus arrangement, that nothing like that could ever happen in the APC. And even when President Buhari began to support Ahmad Lawan, the then Senate President, in place of any other candidate or power going to the South, he couldn't even put his foot on ground to ensure that Ahmed Lawan defeated Tinubu. Instead, he allowed the whole thing to work out anyhow he wants. And Tinubu, of course, hijacked it, which is what do they call it in politics? His war chest. He was able to get over get the ticket of the party ahead of all others in what the media reported as dollar rain in the APC primaries, presidential primaries. So to think that after all what's happened to Jonathan ahead of the 2023 election, that he's going to change his mind and contest because he is the only one that can be trusted to do one term, because in any case, he doesn't have any other alternative. He will just do one term and left. It doesn't hold water. The point is that Peter Obi has given his word, and his word is his bond. In any case, Peter Obi is saying that he's going to do for only 4 years. That is what is even allowed in the Constitution. You do 4 years, then if you are good, the people will re-elect you. The only thing is that after you have been re-elected a second time, you can't contest again. Okay? But because the Nigerian politicians, they themselves don't trust their capacity to do anything good in 4 years, they think that everybody is like them, that Peter Obi can't do any magic in 4 years, and so therefore he will still ask for extra 4 years. That is not Peter Obi that many of us know. The Peter Obi that we know is Peter Obi that will keep his word, especially having made it so public, that he's going to do only one term and set the country on the path of good governance, and the country will start building on it. That's my take. I do not think that story, that report that Jonathan will run in 2027 because he will do only one term restricted by the Constitution is true. Jonathan will not contest. Jonathan will not contest in 2027. There is anyone that will contest in 2027. It is Peter Obi. So whatever opinion poll they are holding between Peter Obi and Jonathan, ahead of 2027 by various newspaper houses. It holds no water. If you are participating in such poll, you're just wasting your time. Jonathan will not contest. Peter Obi will contest. That's my take. I don't know what to think about the reports that Jonathan has changed his mind to contest in 2027. But what is clear to me, from sources available to me too, is that Jonathan will not do so. Whatever is your position on this vast issue of between Jonathan and Obi, who will best represent the interest of Southern Nigeria and who is best to be trusted by Northern Nigeria, you can just say your mind at the comment section. Thank you for watching this video, and if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, God will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.